Welcome! This video will demonstrate in detail how to set up the Spawn HD-720 to enable remote gameplay access to your PS3. When you get your HD-720, the package will include the box, its accessories, and a getting started guide. Before setting up the box, you will need to follow the instructions in steps 2 and 3 of the Getting Started guide to register for an account on the Spawn Labs website and to download and install the Spawn Player software on your computer. Once you've done this, you are ready to set up the HD-720. The Setup Wizard will guide you through this process step by step. To launch the Setup Wizard, click the Windows Start menu, then Spawn Labs, then Setup Wizard. Sign in using the username and password you created when you registered for your Spawn Labs website account. The first step is to connect the power supply to the box. The next step is to establish network connectivity by connecting the Ethernet cable from the box to a port on your router. The HD-720 does not have wireless connectivity built in, so you will need to have an Ethernet port available near where your game console and HD-720 are set up. Next, the Setup Wizard automatically finds the box on your network. The box will handle its networking configuration automatically if you leave it in dynamic mode, but you can also manually set it up with a static IP address if desired. Next, the box checks its software against the newest available release and automatically updates itself if needed. You are now ready to set up your PS3. If you want to play in high definition, choose component video. Otherwise, for standard definition, choose composite video. To set up using component video, you need the component video cable that is built specially by Sony for the PS3. Connect this Sony cable to the PS3 and connect its jacks to the in ports of the Component 1 section on the HD-720. Next, you will need another set of standard component video and stereo audio cables. These are not included with the Spawn HD-720, so you'll need to buy these cables unless you have an extra set sitting around. Connect the jacks from these cables to the out ports of the Component 1 section, and connect the other end to a set of input jacks on your TV. This sets up a configuration known as pass-through so that you can always see and play your games on your TV or stream them to a computer without having to rewire anything. Note that the HD-720 does not natively support HDMI because HDMI often includes encryption that prevents streaming of games. Component video cables support full 1080p video, so you can use component cables and play 1080p on your TV. For remote gamepad control, simply connect the small end of the USB cable to the port labeled Console on the front of the box, and connect the other end of the cable to a gamepad port on the console. The Spawn HD-720 comes with one Spawn gamepad adapter built in. This built-in adapter is what we just finished connecting with the USB cable. This will enable one remote user to play the PS3 at a time. Or, for example, you could be playing your PS3 on your TV while a friend plays co-op in the same game session remotely using the Spawn player. If you want to support 2 or more simultaneous remote players, you will need to buy and connect external Spawn gamepad adapters for each additional remote player. The HD-720 currently supports up to 2 external adapters. Next, the HD-720 automatically updates the controller software for the gamepad adapters on your system. In order to remotely turn your PS3 console on and off, connect the infrared cable to the HD-720. The PS3 uses Bluetooth communications technology for remote control, so you will need to buy a Logitech Harmony adapter for the PS3 in order to turn it on and off remotely using the Spawn player when traveling. Point the transmitter end of the Spawn Labs cable at the infrared receiver on the Harmony adapter. You are now ready to test remote play. Simply plug a wired USB game controller into your computer, click the big green play button, and the Spawn player will launch and connect to your console. If the console is off, it will be turned on automatically. You should see the video from your console within a minute. You can use the game controller to navigate your console's menu system and make sure everything is working properly. Please note that the official Sony PS3 game controller does not offer official Windows drivers. Because of this, while it's possible to set up a Sony PS3 controller for use with the Spawn player, it's pretty challenging to do so. We advise instead using a Mad Catz PS3 controller or one of the other 10 industry standard game controllers that the Spawn player supports out of the box. Spawn Labs' gamepad virtualization technology lets you play your PS3 using any game controller, and you can even customize the mapping of the controller to suit your personal preferences. At this point, you have set up your PS3 so that you can play it around your home on your wired or wireless home network. To enable remote play from other locations across the internet, click the Setup Internet Access link. To enable remote play across the internet, you will need to open a range of TCP ports on your router firewall and forward those ports to the IP address of the HD-720. This page tells you the TCP port range you must open and forward, as well as the IP address of your box. This process can be a little tricky for the typical user, so there are links provided to videos that show how to do this for some of the most popular home routers. And if you still have problems, you can always contact Spawn Labs support for help. After opening and forwarding the TCP ports, you can check that you have done this correctly by simply clicking the Test Internet Access link. This will run a test and report if everything is ready for remote play across the internet. And that's it. If you still have any questions after watching this video, please feel free to drop us an email at sales@spawnlabs.com. Thanks for checking us out, and we hope you enjoy gaming anywhere and anytime.